Hi, I'm Trisha Kajawa and I'm making the perfect cheesecake pierogi. I started making cheesecakes quite a long time ago, and then my mother-in-law taught me how to make pierogies, so I decided to put cheesecake in my pierogies. These are made with apple, cinnamon, and they have a whole bunch of different flavors to them. For the crust, you put together 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of oatmeal, a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of pecans crushed, and then 1/2 cup of butter. Make sure your butter's softened, and then I use a pastry blender to mix it all together, and this would be your outcome of what your crust would look like. Take that, you take half of your crust, press it into the bottom of your springform pan lined with parchment paper. You want to press it down. Heat your oven to 325. Just bake that for 15 minutes. Meantime, you want to mix together your cream cheese mixture. Take 3 Philadelphia cream cheese blocks. You want to beat your cream cheese till it's smooth, and then you want to add, in this bowl I have 1½ cups of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2½ tablespoons of cornstarch. You just add it at a slow pace. You want to scrape down your sides. You add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Then you want to add 3 egg yolks and 3 eggs. Just until blended. Then you want to add I mixed together 1 can of apple pie filling, and then 1/8 of a cup of cinnamon. You'll want to blend it real well, because then the apple chunks won't be so big, and when you're putting it in the cheesecake, it's harder to do with big lumps. So you want them into smaller pieces. Okay, there we go. We're ready to put it in our crust and top it. Okay, the crust is all ready and set and ready to put the filling in. Just put it in there. You want to take the rest of your topping. Sprinkle it on there evenly. There you have it. It's ready to go back in the oven for 2 hours at 325. It will raise really high, but it will come back down. We're going to make some pierogi dough. You start with 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I put it in there, and I usually mix it just a little bit to make sure that it cools down. After that, you want to add 1/2 of a cup of sour cream, Brookstones. The less you mix the pierogi dough, the better it is. So you want to touch it as little as possible. You add 3 egg yolks. You want to mix that a little bit up. Then you want to start adding 2 cups of flour and a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. You want to take and make sure that you have everything off of the beater so that it all mixes together and there's no wet spots in your dough. Your dough will come out and it's all set. You want to knead it just a little bit. It should be a little damp but not really. And put it in a bowl covered with cellophane and a towel. Here's our finished cheesecake. We're going to take it out of the pan and we're going to put it in a bowl, and I smash it up into small pieces. You want to make sure you mix it up good so that the top layer and the bottom layer mixes well with the cheesecake layer. Okay, it looks like we're ready to go. For pierogies, you want to make sure that you lay out a clean towel on your work surface so that when you're done you can put them there. With the pierogies, you can also, once you are done, after you boil and take care of them, you can freeze them. They'll last up in the refrigerator for about 3 or 4 months. You can just take them out, let them thaw overnight, and then just put them in, fry them, and then they're ready. So you will have a dessert ready within maybe 15 minutes of when you start. We're going to take these and we're going to go and boil them. I usually put about 12 in per time when I boil them. They're going to start to raise up after a little while. You boil them for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're going to take them out. They're all done. We're going to let them rest for a second, and then we're going to put butter on them to make sure that they don't stick together. Once they're out and they're a little bit cool, you want to rub each side with butter. Now we're going to fry the pierogies and get them ready for dessert. Okay, sprinkle them with cinnamon sugar. Put them on your plate. This is the finished product. I like to finish it off with some vanilla ice cream and some caramel sauce. It's ready to eat. I know you'll enjoy these perfect cheesecake pierogies, and so will your family.